Welcome to laurenbrim.com and to How to Make Your Pussy or Vagina Smell Like Roses. Before I start this video, if you want more videos like this, please subscribe to this channel and like this video. Okay, so here we go. So our vaginas are these incredible organs that smell great and taste great and feel great. And when something's off with them, they let us know by creating an odor, a discharge, or some kind of pain or discomfort. So although these things are no fun to have, they're actually a gift because they're letting us know that something needs to change, either in our relationship dynamic, or maybe we have an infection, or maybe we need to improve our self-care and our diet. Or we have some rage to look at. So I'm going to take you through a list of things that are affecting your vagina and its health, happiness, and performance. Okay, so first thing are, I call these the 3 C's: consensual sexual activities, condoms, and checkups. So the first thing you want to do to make sure your vagina is happy is to be having consensual sex. You don't want to be having sex when you really don't want to be, with someone you don't want to be, with someone you have a bad feeling about. You don't want to feel pushed into things. It's okay to not always be 100% with a partner. Sometimes it takes a minute to get into it, or you're trying something and it feels strange at first, but you want to feel it out and see what's on the other side. I talk a lot about this in my course, Sexual Mastery for Women, but there's a level of consent that has to be there, and that's really important, or your body will start acting up on you. Condoms are really important for protecting against basic things like gonorrhea, chlamydia, and also preventing pregnancy, so that isn't adding stress to your life. The third thing are checkups. So if you haven't been to see the gynecologist in a while, you want to make sure, if you're under 25 or over 25 and having multiple sexual partners, that you're getting checked for gonorrhea, chlamydia at least every 3 months. And it's really simple. You just pee in a cup, and a week later they let you know if you have it. And if you do, you take an antibiotic and you're good. So those are the basics for that. The next step that's so important is releasing rage. And this is something I talk about in my book, The New Rules of Sex. And it's a big deal. I did everything years ago to help my vaginal health. I cut out sugar, and I did tea tree oil suppositories and baking soda baths and all these things that are good for you. But I was still having this seesaw of bacterial infection and yeast infection, and basically the microbiome of my vagina would just not go back into balance. And what affects that microbiome is anger, is rage. And I was trying to process that through, but I had a lot of it, both from sexual partners I'd had and for me personally with my own father. And I know it sounds strange, but a lot of emotion with your parents actually gets stored in your vagina and your uterus. And I found in my sexual coaching practice and the alternative medicine that I do, that women will often carry rage or anger with their father in their vaginas, and rage or anger with their mothers in their uterus, which is sort of interesting because your uterus is where you were in your mother. It's where you become a mother and create life. And your vagina is made to receive, for procreation at least, that masculine sex organ. So it has a lot to do with our relationship to the masculine. And our relationship to the masculine stems back to our relationship with our fathers. So, and for some of us, for me, it was even really looking at that relationship with Father God, who I had also been raised with as a father, and some of the rage that I had there. So what I recommend for this is to just get a piece of paper, or if you're like me and you like to type, just type and write out all your rage. And it can be rage at anything. It doesn't have to be, it's not always going to be related to sexuality. It could be, I'm angry I don't have enough money, or that I didn't like my lunch today, or whatever it is. Just write out all of your rage. On a big scale, politically, climate change, whatever you have rage about, to even the most tiny things like, I'm angry that I don't like my body. I'm angry at my vagina for acting up right now, whatever it is. Write this out. And another thing you can do is just close your eyes and do a very simple meditation of any sort of light. I recently heard of the idea of using a violet flame, and I really like this. And just picturing this violet flame just coming down through the crown of your head and purifying your entire body and going all the way down to your reproductive and genital systems and just clearing them out like a flame that just burns everything up. The flame just burns and purifies and cleans all attachments to past lovers, any negative energy, any emotion that no longer belongs there. Just clearing out the actual walls of the womb, the walls of the vagina, clearing out what's no longer needed in the same way that we burn the topsoil when we're farming, and then allowing for the natural microflora to return. So this is really great for the vagina. And the last thing is self-nurturing. And I call this eat, bathe, love. Sound familiar? And this is because these are 3 things that are essential for this sort of self-care and the self-nurturing that your vagina requires. So eating well is essential. You got to be eating whole foods. I'm talking real oils, real butter, real sea salt, real grains, real food you make at home. If you're not well, you need to get in your kitchen and cook yourself some food. Stop eating out and, don't buy any of this low-fat, low-sodium, fake sugar shit. Make some real food that comes from the earth, and you will really nurture yourself. I love in the Latino culture that they talk about the healing power of the caldo, the broth, and how when you're not well, you just throw everything into that pot, garlic, onion, vegetables, the bone of an animal, and just cook it. We'll do the vegetables later, but cook the bone in water and salt and apple cider vinegar for a day. And you'll pull all the minerals out of the bone, and then you throw your fresh vegetables in there, and you just eat that, and your body is going to love it. Eat, bathe. So I'm a big advocate of baths. When your vagina is acting up, you want to bathe in baking soda. Is fantastic. They say the ancient Egyptians did it. I don't know if that's true, but it's extremely balancing. You can flush some of the baking soda water up inside of you. It can be very balancing of the pH. And I love Epsom salt baths. I think salt is, it's where we came from, the amniotic fluid, the oceans. It, again, helps to energetically feel clean, helps to detoxify and purify. And then there's lots of great essential oils you can put in the bath, too. You don't want to flush that inside of you, but frankincense, lavender, there's just so many great things. You can make yourself a healing bath, and you can take one every day, and it's just a really nurturing, calming time for you. And the last thing is love. Eat, bathe, love. So tell yourself in the mirror that you love yourself. Tell your vagina and your vulva or your yoni or your pussy or whatever you call it, I love you, and I'm so grateful for you, and whatever it is, the pleasure you give me, the fact that we're in this together, the fact that you're about to birth a baby or that you did birth a baby, or, I'm sorry you're going through this and I'm here for you, and, have a conversation with it, and do things that are loving for yourself. So I hope this video helps. If you want to learn more about sexual health and wellness, check out my sexual mastery course for women. You can get it in 2 easy payments. It's all online, and I think you'll love it. I think it'll change your sex life and your sexual health for forever. So if you like this video, please subscribe and like. Thanks so much for joining us today, and I'll see you soon. Bye.